per capita cold sore rate. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Fred Willard. From the Supremes, Mary Wilson. Comedian Jimmy Brogan. And Paul Shaker and the band. And now, a man who recently resigned from the Royal Marines, David Letterman.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us this evening as your home entertainment. You know, Paul, when I do that, I feel a little like Elvis doing that. That's very exciting.
Want to do it again, the whole wind up? And then...
Yeah, all right. How do we do it exactly? We just, okay, we just get it.
Got us.
Very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please don't be alarmed. That's all we could think of to do. Well, welcome to the show, kids. My name is Dave Letterman. Boy, you know, every so often here in New York City, they have events that, in my opinion, really just invite trouble. For example, over the weekend at Madison Square Garden, there was the 12th annual convention of troubled loners and gun nuts. So, you know, to my way of thinking, this is... You're axing for trouble then. This Saturday, now this is pretty good. Let's switch 2 and 3, Kevin. That's right. You know, kind of an audible. I called an audible here. Yeah, change at the line of scrimmage, under pressure. I read the defense and changed the play. Thank you so much.
And everyone reacted admirably, I must say.
Yeah, everybody just leapt right into,
Yes,
is it
indeed.
leaped or leapt?
Well, that's, you know, in the eye of the beholder, really.
I'm pretty excited. I have a really big date tonight after the show. I just hope I can find a Unitarian church that's open so we can... I was sacked. This Saturday, Larry Bird from the Boston Celtics beat Detlef Schrempf in a NBA three-point contest out in Seattle, Washington, in conjunction with the NBA All-Star Game. I don't have a joke here. I just don't know when I'll get another chance to say Detlef Schrempf on the show, so... It's all here, ladies and gentlemen, on the brand new Late Night 87, so... Going to go up here. Thank you very much. We're in our studio audience tonight. We're playing Brush with Greatness. Is that what we're doing? Brush with Greatness? Huh? Do what? Yeah. And people in our studio audience who have little anecdotes, little stories, little entertaining things to tell us about their encounters with famous people in the past are here to do that for us tonight. Is there a Gus Rivera with us tonight? A Gus Rivera. Gus, come on down and pick up the keys to the Buick. Gus Rivera, where? Hi, Gus. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead, leave the hat on. Now, Gus, where are you from, Gus?
In the city.
Yeah, and what do you do for a living here?
Well, I am self-employed. I'm a floor refinisher.
Uh-huh. And you just came to the show tonight? You have some free time?
Yeah.
All right. How old a man are you?
28.
And what do you weigh?
50.
All right. Good enough for you. Gus, you're going to tell us about an encounter you had with a very famous actor, if my notes are correct.
Yes.
All right. Go right ahead.
Well, it's happened about 2-3 years ago, I was in Central Park and I was dodging the bicyclist. And when I turned around, I slammed into Anthony Quinn and knocked the breath out of him.
Yeah. You were on foot when you did this, or in a car, or
Well,
what?
I was in a quick trot.
Oh, you were running a little. Okay. All right. So you ran into Anthony Quinn.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm guessing, Gus, there's probably more to this story than you have. All right. Go ahead. Fill us in on the details there, Gus, if you will.
Mr. Quinn was so pleasant after the accident, I decided to run into him again. This time on stage during a matinee performance of Zorba. Theater security beat me senseless, but what really hurt the most was getting the brush off from a former friend.
There you go. It's an ugly story. Come on up here, Bill. Thank you very much.
Hot soup inside.
All right. Gus, we have here this is a thermos full of hot commissary soup. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, no wonder. You're doubly pleased, aren't you? Thank you, Gus. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. Here on the all-new Late Night 87. You know. Is there a Doug Robertson here for the reading of the will? Mr. Doug Robertson. Doug Robertson. Oh, hi, Doug. Nice to see you. You and I are dressed similarly, aren't we, tonight?
Yes, we are.
Well, I guess come to think of it, we're really not. I don't know why I said that. Where are you from, Doug?
Philadelphia.
And what do you do for a living there in Philadelphia?
Publisher there.
And you just up for business today, or what are you doing here?
Just came up to see the show.
Oh, I appreciate that, sir. And everything good in Philadelphia?
Everything's very nice in Philadelphia.
All right, Doug, let me see. Tell us about your encounter here. From the world of sports.
In the world of sports. I was at a professional golf tournament, following the golfers around, and it started to rain. And like everybody else, we ran for cover. And when I got to the shelter, I was standing right next to Arnold Palmer.
Oh. Now, he's a legend, a living legend.
A legend.
And a very popular, talented man.
Yes, he is.
And then did anything else happen there, or was...
Well, yes, it did, Dave.
All right.
At first, I thought nothing of it, until I realized Arnold wasn't playing in the tournament. Striking a match, I saw an old cot, a tattered green jacket. Arnold wasn't seeking shelter. He lived there. Ever since, his desperate face has haunted my dreams.
Okay, what a story. Thank you very much, Doug. Here we are. A thermos full of commissary soup. Thank you for coming up, Doug. Nice to see you. Do we have time for one more? And for people participating in this segment in the future, when you hear me start to kind of yammer aimlessly, get right to the card. Is there a Mark Levitt with us tonight? Mr. Mark Levitt. Hi, Mark. Nice to see you, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from New York.
New York? Right here in Manhattan?
Indeed, just a few blocks down.
And what do you do for a living, Mark?
I'm in advertising.
I see. What, a big firm? Anything you want to mention, or?
A small firm called Levitt and Sherman.
So you're one of the co-partners, one of the partners, one of the founders.
One of the founders.
So you're making a lot of money, aren't you?
More than I care to discuss.
Big accounts, anything we would recognize?
Large accounts, including American International Group, large insurance company, Lincoln Logs.
Oh, Lincoln Logs. I don't know. Is it me, or can you not go anywhere these days without seeing somebody with a load of those Lincoln Logs? And you have some in your dressing room, right, Paul? You're doing a wonderful job there, Mark. Tell us now about your brush with greatness.
Well, in 1970, I was going to Kent State, and I took a course in broadcasting. And they had a guest speaker there, Phil Donahue. And he was very encouraging. He told us all about broadcasting and really, really encouraged us to pursue broadcasting as a career. So I wrote to him to seek more advice, and he never wrote back.
Great. Okay. Bring up the soup, Bill. Thank you very much, Mark. And no, wait a minute. There's more to this story, isn't there, Mark?
There is indeed.
All right, let's hear the rest of it.
Well, Phil may never have written back, but soon afterwards, I received a note from Marlo Thomas.
Yeah.
Marlo said I had the sexiest handwriting she had ever seen. This began a long-term affair, and now whenever Phil goes to Russia, I come to town and give Marlo the only real pleasure she's ever known.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Hold it. There's your soup, Mark. Nice meeting you. Good luck. Thanks for being here. Oh, brother. Okay. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday here in North America. Paul, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice weekend?
Worked nonstop.
Yeah.
I was in the studio recording. I was brilliant.
Important work, a lot of big names, people we would know and love?
Working on a little thing called Viva Shave Vegas.
Oh, yeah, this is your cable deal, right?
Thing on cable, yeah.
Well,
What about you? What'd
You know,
use?
everybody has a cable deal. I'm the only one,
Well,
any way related to this show, who doesn't have a cable
you
deal.
are network, babe. You don't need this cable stuff. What'd you do this weekend?
Well,
What'd
this
you do on
weekend, I swept out my garage, but
That's
now,
nice.
two things here. Friday night, I was going home after we had this anniversary thing for the show, and I picked up my car at the parking garage where I've parked for, I guess, 3 years. And the people there are quite nice to me, and the guy who usually gets the car for me says to me, I read in the newspaper that you're having an anniversary. And I said, yeah, it's our 5th year on the air. And he says, great, great. He says, maybe now we'll get some more money.
Who said that again?
The guy who brings me my car down, like I'm, you know, not coughing up enough dough for these guys.
Oh, okay.
When the guy brings you his car, what do you give him? What would you give him?
$5.
Also, now have you seen this show? This old house where they take somebody's old
Yes.
beat-up house, and these guys, this team of carpenters go in there and against
Yes.
the wishes of the owner, they remodel it. And it's on PBS. It's a fascinating show, and I watch it periodically, and I watched it Saturday or Sunday. Now listen to this. This guy and another guy, two guys, in the basement of this house, they're building screen doors. Now, isn't that amazing to you that somebody actually builds screen doors? Don't you think that they just are pretty much there with the door? But they're not. And this guy and his little partner built 2 screen doors in like 8 minutes. Now, could you build a screen door in a week, Paul?
I would be able to build a screen door in 8 notes.
But I
sure couldn't.
I know. What, have I lost my mind, or is this something to be stunned by?
No, it's great. I love that show, too, This Old House. I'm fascinated by it.
Well, now let's get these guys in here to build screen doors.
Yeah.
I mean, they...
I built a thing one time in grade 7 shop, a lamp in the shape of a horse, and when you pull the horse's tail, the lamp goes on. The lamp goes on.
Well, now, see, that's pretty impressive also.
Well, that took 3-4 months of...
But these guys, it's like one guy, the carpenter, and then another guy missing a thumb. They put these things together, and in 8 minutes, there were 2 screen doors. It's like stamping out donuts. It was amazing. See if we can get these guys in here to build screen doors. I mean, I think you could turn them loose and we'd have screen doors for the free world in a matter of minutes. Which was a charity I know you were very involved with for quite a while, weren't you, Paul?
What was that?
Screen doors for the free world?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do that yearly telethon thing.
Let's do the show. Come on. Who are we kidding? We're lucky to be on the air. You know, whenever my first guest comes by, he stops in and says hello, and we're always happy to have him here. He can still be seen on Cinemax in the history of white people in America, and he's just completed a brand new syndicated show called DC Follies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fred Willard.
Thank you very much for being here. Well, thank you for having me.
Fred Willard, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
You know, I think the last time you were here, I mentioned this, and I'm going to say it again. I saw the most recent edition of White People in America, White Crime. No, Religion.
White Religion,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think you're terrific on the show.
Well, thank you very much.
It's very entertaining, and you do a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. That's very nice. Where our daughter has SEX and
that's right.
more so than MOM and DAD, yes.
Yeah.
Knows more about it. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. It really is. Particularly, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, when you come to New York, do you ever notice any different from one visit to another?
Well, now, particularly, New York is #1, and it is definite. That's why I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah.
We did not believe it, the rest of the country, after the World Series, when we saw everyone holding up that finger, but since the Super Bowl, it's official. New York is #1. The rest of us are bupkas. I mean, the morale around the country. I'm from L.A. My parents live in Cleveland. We have friends here tonight from St. Louis, and everyone is really down the dumps. Some of the Indianapolis Colts have to win something, or the Cardinals. But anyway, and I've noticed, it's interesting, I've noticed a mellowing of the New York...
Is that right?
Yes, attitude. Last night I was at 9th Street, 9th Avenue and 45th, A man was robbed at gunpoint, and he handed over his billfold, and then he said, could I have my credit card back? And he gave him the credit card. He said, could I have a couple of bucks for cab fare? And then he said, could I have my lucky silver dollar? Finally, the robber took the billfold and threw it at him and says, you obviously need this more than I do, and stormed off, and the poor victim followed him up the street there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything, but... And he had to sit and comfort him for a few minutes. And all the witnesses kind of silently applauded that, because there must be so much stress involved with crime.
I think you're right. I don't think you would have seen that before.
No, a few years ago, it'd be, well, take your damn billfold. No. So, but in New York, it's not a place for a guy like me. I admire you. You've been on the show 5 years, and you have a facility of talking with people. I don't know how you are in private life. People say, what is David Letterman like? I really don't know.
Yeah.
But
well, let's keep it that way.
Yeah, good. No. But just here, you talk to people, and it must be wonderful. I have trouble, like I'm walking in Times Square, and like if a panhandler approaches you.
Well, Times Square is a rough area.
You can give him money, or you can ignore him, or just, do this. I have friends that actually turn their pockets inside out. That's a bit too much.
I think so, too.
Yeah. But if a prostitute, now, for instance, what if a prostitute comes up to you? I never know how to react to this, and because it's a fairly attractive-looking woman by most standards, and she's not wearing a sign that says prostitute.
Right. So you're not really sure,
Not
are you?
sure,
Yeah.
Or the international symbol, whatever the heck that would be. And she'll walk up and she'll say, hi, do you want to have a good time? Now, I never know how to answer that. I feel silly saying no.
Right.
Yeah. They explain, I'm just in here to do Letterman, and maybe I'll catch a Broadway show or see Bobby Short up at the Carlisle.
Yeah, because in the larger sense, everybody really
you do want to have a good time. Yeah. And that, first...
Bobby Short, did you say?
At the Carlisle, yeah. I've never seen him. The tariff's pretty stiff, but I would like to go up to see him. No, the important thing is, at first you're flattered because this woman has singled you out, but then when you realize it's kind of insulting that she thinks you look like the kind of man that needs to purchase a woman's favor. And another thing that annoys me, once you get them up to your room, it's another $5 for this and $10 for this, and it never stops. I mean, so I've been told.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Sure.
So they say.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good to have you here, and
you got you can tell I have a business-like attitude about me tonight.
Well, I've always felt that you were a consummate professional in the. Now tell me about DC Follies. This is a brand new, another show for you. Another. You do a lot of shows. You're very busy.
Well, thank you. I do. It would be set in a bar in Washington, and they bring people in. Now, they're life-size dummies they bring in. We had Ronald Reagan. We had Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford.
So is it like a puppet show? A big giant?
Life-size puppets. Yeah. Woody Allen, you were in it, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah. In a scene, it's hard to explain. It had something to do with Johnny Carson and Joan Rivers in a motel room. It was kind of convoluted. You'll have to see it. But it's interesting. I mean, the days are over of calling an agent saying, can we get so-and-so? They just make a puppet, and they're so lifelike that
Doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. In fact, people said in seeing a scene with me and one of the puppets, you couldn't tell which was the actor and which was the dummy. It's amazing. It's the skill, the technicality is wonderful. But the important thing is I don't have to sit back and hope that sells because I'm more interested in this home video I've put out.
Oh, here. Well, it's important. You're branching
and I hope I can show it here a little later.
Yeah, what is the area?
It's actors on acting, teaching actors to act, and I don't mean like on film, because if anyone ever saw me act in the movies, they wouldn't pay a dime for that. The point is, actors are very comfortable in front of the cameras, but when we get backstage or out in the street...
It can be a little awkward.
A little awkward, as with the little situation with the panhandler.
I'll tell you what, we'll do a commercial there, and then can you show us a little of that?
If you'd allow me, I would love that.
I would love to see that.
I am...
All right, Brogan, if your life depended on it, could you make a screen door?
No, I couldn't.
See,
I would have trouble knowing where to go to buy one.
Yeah, exactly. And these guys, within 8 minutes, literally, boom, 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 2 screen doors.
That is amazing. Yeah. Well, maybe this little tape I'm making helps in situations like this.
This is teaching actors how
to act in everyday situation. Now, it started out as just for actors. Now, this is the pilot season in Los Angeles. A lot of us friends are going up for the same part. Some of us are getting it, others aren't. It can be awkward. And I thought I would try to show how to carry on. Now, here's the thing. You've gone up to a studio, you've auditioned for a part, and you think you've got it. You think it's just about the phone rings.
Okay.
Hello? Hi, Harvey. What? Yes, the project down at Universal. I read for them. I think they're interested in me. What? You got the part? Harvey, I am thrilled. I am thrilled. I am thrilled.
All right. Let me point out the reason for the... The I am thrilled, because if there's just silence on your end, your friend is going to be paranoid enough to think you're jealous. But, and also, you don't say I am thrilled 3 times, they'll think you're obsessed. Now, at this point, you're going to need a moment or two to regroup your thoughts, and so, voila.
Harvey, hold on. I'm getting a call on my other line. I can't believe they gave the part to Jimmy Kennedy as well as the paper bag. Harvey, it's my agent on the other line. I have to take this call, but I just remembered I turned that part down.
Oh, that's
good.
But
I recommended you.
The key there is...
Very good.
I recommended you, because now he's not only happy that he has a role, but he's going to owe you a favor.
Right.
That's what this business is all about.
Exactly.
Helping each other, right? Now...
This is valuable information.
Well, sure it is. Now, friends have begged me to expand this. They said, Fred, I have to take my car to the garage mechanic. I have friends who will rehearse talking to a mechanic. The thing you want to do, you want to have the mechanic think you know what he's talking about. You don't want to, you know, when they seem to rise at you out of the engine, and after a while, they know what they're talking about. You feel like a Tennessee Williams character. Oh, I depend on the kindness of others. No, you don't want to do that. Now, here's...
That was very good, by the way.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You want to avoid that. And you've taken your car in there, is carburetor problems, and here's what happened.
Sounds like I may have to go in and rebuild your carburetor. You're looking at about $200 here. You mean you're looking at $200? Look, you might be able to do this yourself. You know how to remove the carburetor? Refresh my memory. Lift off the manifold. Yeah. Remove the top of the carburetor. Just pull it off. You know the little accelerator pump that sits in there? Well, remove that. Yeah. You know the plunger on top? Yeah. You know how it's connected with a leather flange? Oh, vaguely. Disconnect it and take it out. Reconnect your new accelerator pump. Yeah. But make sure you don't rupture the diaphragm, or you could be back to square one. Yeah. You follow me? Yeah. You understand? Yeah. Look, I don't have much time. Why don't you do this?
There's the key. What we're trying to avoid there is, like if the mechanic says, be careful, this could blow up in your face. You don't want to go, oh, that doesn't that doesn't give confidence. But the point is, this is selling like hotcakes. It has made me financially independent. And so I can just do things now that are tasteful and that interest me. Exactly. Which I wanted to talk to you about, David. I know that you
I think this is a wonderful service, by the way.
Yes. Incidentally, I wanted to talk to you. I know that you are covered under any unforeseen contingency that, God forbid, would preclude you from appearing on this show.
A lot of
but if you could take my card, I might be able to show you. That's just a temporary card. I may be able to show you how you're paying much too much for your premiums.
What is this?
Not now, but no. This is just.
So you're selling insurance as well?
I just say no more. We'll talk later. I don't want to take up this. Also, I am representing the publishers of the Living Bible, who are putting out this. It brings the New Testament to life in contemporary terms, contemporary words and pictures, in a leather-type binding. And
that is leather?
Leather-type
binding.
In gold type. We're being monitored legally here.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful gift. Would you be interested in something?
Well, it's a handsome edition, but you know, I have several Bibles at home.
Nothing. Okay.
Thank you anyway.
Then how about some hardcore pornography? Now, what happens here, you see, this could be a tool for you. Suppose you have like an Alan Alda on the show, or a feminist who comes on and says, look at this filth. Right. Now, wait, here's what you want to avoid.
Yeah.
You don't want to do, woo, woo, this is frowned on.
You don't want to do that.
On the other hand,
like a room, do you?
But on the other hand, you don't want to say, this is blasphemy, pluck out thine eyes. That makes you a stuffed shirt.
We're looking for the middle ground.
Middle ground, you can register your disgust without even vocalizing. Just...
Yeah.
And you can learn how to put your thumb at a certain spot, and to go back and look over certain pictures. And I think you know the type of pictures I'm talking about, David. You are mature.
Lord.
You know the type. Well, this is for mature adults. And lastly, you don't have to actually give it back. You can hold it up, holding it by one finger.
Just like that,
and say, could I keep this and take it home to show certain people what sort of filth is being sold over the counter?
Right.
That way, you know, you can...
That's amazing. You've just you have covered many different facets of modern life.
I think so. Yes. Now you'll know how to treat that screen door, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you can keep that as a good faith,
I can have this. Okay.
And there's no reason why you couldn't continually show snippets from my videotape and some sort of profit sharing.
Now when can we see DC Follies, Fred?
That'll be shown sometime. Not that I care. In February or March, it's going to be shown as a special, and then hopefully it'll go on on in the fall, and I'll probably be begging you, please let me come out and promo.
More shows for Cinemax, the White People in America series?
We've done 4 of those. There's talk of doing more of those and a motion picture and all. But really, did you lose my card?
No, I've got it right here. It's Fred Willard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Fred, for being here.
Send $39.95 in a self-addressed stamped envelope to Transcript Announcement Transcript, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, room 1410W, New York, New York, 10112.
Thank you very much, kids. Welcome back to the show. In this half hour, from the home office in Scottsdale, Arizona, our top 10 list, the category, top 10 white guys in the NBA All-Star Game. Top 10 white guys in the NBA All-Star Game played yesterday in Seattle, won, I believe, by the West in overtime. Here we go, number 10, Larry Bird. Number 9, also from Boston, Kevin McHale. Number 8, Kevin McHale's father. He's in the stands, I believe, watching the contest. Number 7, Tom Bosley, who was in the Hefty Bag commercial during halftime. And now we run through 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and taking us right to number 1, Tom Chambers.
From New York, where municipal supplies are frighteningly low. So, bring your own Lysol. Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, the new director of the Columbus Zoo,
Welcome to the show. Ladies, let me just share something with the folks watching at home. We, not only do we get the smartest, best-looking audiences in television, we also get the best organized audiences. Earlier today, there was a spokesperson for the audience. She stood up and made a couple of announcements, and there she is right there, Mary. Okay. Welcome to the show, America. You know, there were some shocked school children in Pennsylvania at an elementary school this afternoon. During an assembly, guest speaker Woodsy Owl got hungry and devoured a live rat. So that was the, just swooped down on the rat with his little owl talons and popped it into his little owl head, and thank you. Friends say that John Tower now is upset about the delay in his confirmation procedure to become the next Secretary of Defense. Apparently, he really wanted to be on the job in time for National Secretaries Week. So, you know... Dwight Gooden has just signed a 3-year contract with the New York Mets. He'll get $6.7 million to pitch for the Mets. He also gets an extra $100,000 if he wins the Cy Young Award, and $50,000 in lawyers' fees if he ever marries Robin Givens. So... this will be our final joke. Final joke tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Final joke of the opening remarks segment. Final joke of the
opening remarks.
Not of the entire show, no, just of this tiny little portion.
Segment.
And already I can sense that people in America are saying to themselves, I've had plenty of entertainment.
I think we could take one more joke.
One more. Yesterday, for the 7th time, Charles Manson was denied parole. Among the reasons cited were an unstable personality and a continuing violation of prison rules. This doesn't sound like the Charles Manson I know. Thank you. Oh, no. I've lost my mind. Thank you. On a real program, isn't it?
Hey, I have something interesting. I think Will Lee, our bassist, was recognized today as Ted Danson and signed an autograph.
Hey, is that right?
Yeah. So he looks good behind the bar.
Things are looking up for you then.
Yeah.
It's bitterly cold here in New York City. You know what the temperature is right now? It's crystal clear. It's a lovely winter day, but the temperature right now, what do you think, Paul? Take a guess.
I think it's about 20 degrees.
21.
How about that?
Yeah, 21 degrees.
That's cold. That's getting down.
And blustery. Oh, yeah, here, look at there. There, I think you can see the Arctic zephyr blowing through the city that's making it so damn cold. And if you factor in the windshield factor. Is it the windshield factor?
No, not the windshield. Wind chill factor.
It's not windshield factor.
Windshield factor.
I feel so stupid all these years. So you're saying it's not the windshield factor?
No, it's not. It's wind chill factor.
Wind chill factor.
If you factor that in, what do you get?
You get 21 degrees. That's all you get. It doesn't mean anything. For the first time in my life ever today in New York City, I shared a cab with someone.
You did? How did that happen?
What are you people, just nuts?
How did that terrible state of affairs come
But it wasn't
to be?
terrible. It turned out to be nice. I was on one side of the intersection hailing a cab out in this 21-degree biting Arctic zephyr weather.
Absolutely was.
And as the cab saw me but had to stop for a light. Why he picks today to stop for a light, I don't understand. Yeah. But he does, and in the meantime, a woman leaps off the curb on the other side of the intersection and dives into the cab. And I was thinking, great, I've been stiffed on my cab, but so what? I'll get another one in a couple of days. And lo and behold, they stopped and invited me to jump in there with them. So I thought that was pretty nice. We ended up going to Queens, however. The problem.
And who was that woman, actually?
I don't know. I didn't get her name. But I paid for the fare. Don't you think that was a decent thing to do?
Nice of you.
We got a great show for you folks tonight. Let's not waste a second more of our time. Let's do the top 10 list from the home office in Oklahoma City. Top 10 John Tower pickup lines. These would be top 10 John Tower pickup lines from the home office in Oklahoma City. Paul, you know they've moved from Lincoln, Nebraska. Here we go. Top 10 John Tower pickup lines.
You know what I was thinking about, Dave? Just doing some thinking over here. I was thinking about the funny stuff that you did at the anniversary show party last Friday night.
Right.
Boy,
it was fun. It was a good party. Yeah.
So before you do the top 10 list, which I'm sure is going to be fabulous.
It's a great one.
I know that it is. Yeah. Could you do that silly thing you did at the party the other night that made us all laugh so much, that necktie thing? It was so funny. That's it. That's a very...
Give you an idea how the party was. That was the big hit. Okay, here we go. Top 10 John Tower pickup lines.
You know what they loved at the party? The gals especially loved when you made that rabbit out of a napkin, just a plain napkin, and you made. Do that for us now. Huh? Do that for us now. Make a rabbit.
All right, I guess this will work. It's just a square linen napkin. Nothing special. And it's all in the, excuse me, it's all in the tying. And you just get one ear pulled up like that. Yeah. And then through your thumb and your other finger, pull it up like that. And then you quickly knot it like that. And, well, that's all it is. Top 10 John Tower.
You know what else was great? I'll tell you what was great at that party. When you started blowing smoke rings, those huge rings that you can blow a couple of smoke rings right now.
All you really need, there's no trick to this, is plenty of smoke, all right? Not that big a deal. Here we go. Okay, there. So. Try one more. See if I can really do a nice one for you, because we got some fans and stuff. There, let's see. We'll let... Okay. Here we go. Top 10 John Tower pickup lines. Could be our next Secretary of Defense.
Do that thing! where you play a song on the touch-tone phone. That is amazing to me. That's a cute bit.
Okay, but then we got to get on with the top 10 because we got a lot of stuff to do. Here we go. Here we go. No big deal. Anybody?
No, wait a minute, no.
Pretty easy to do.
No.
Number
I mean,
10. Huh?
I mean the other, that other thing you do. That other song.
Oh,
do the
all
other
right,
song,
Paul.
you know?
All right, all right. The other song. Here we go.
That is right.
Sometimes I just can't stop pushing the buttons.
I know. At the party,
Number
it really
10
looked
from the home office
hey,
in
you know what?
Oklahoma.
You had us in stitches at the party when you went into that ventriloquism thing with the dummy, where the dummy talks, you throw your voice, you can't even see
Look at the
your
Buster.
lips
Here
move.
we go. Okay.
Show us that.
Okay. All right now, Buster, why don't you just go ahead and say hello to all of the nice people here in our studio audience, okay? Yeah, Mr. Letterman, why don't you just go ahead and bite me? Okay.
Unbelievable. Fantastic.
Did you see my lips move, Paul?
Couldn't see your lips. No, couldn't see anything at all.
Okay, here we go. Number 10.
It was great. Hey, one more thing.
What?
You ate an amazing number of Vienna sausages at the party.
I would guess that's my one weakness. I love those tiny little cocktail franks.
Yeah. Eat a bunch of those again, because that was. Eat a whole bunch. Because I've never seen anything like it.
But you know that's really not a trick.
When you get going.
I just enjoy them.
Get it.
So you want to count along or something?
Yeah, we'll count you
Okay,
down.
here we go. We ready?
Okay.
All right, let's just start now.
All right, and one.
Okay, right. All right. Okay. One more. Damn, that's good eating. All right, Hal, do we have time for the top 10?
Not now, Dave.
Well, do we have time for Al Marr's Box of Thrills? Okay, this is an important night for Al Marr's Box of Thrills because I believe it's the next to last night we'll be doing that. Is that right, Al?
That's right.
You're taking it on the road, I understand. But every night he loads up some goofy items in there and then they drop and it's a huge mess and we're all embarrassed and we have to go ahead anyway.
Right.
Last night we had to shovel out dog bones.
Oh, hours and hours.
Hours and hours. Now, tonight, Al, anything I should know about the cargo?
Your crack staff outdid themselves.
Okay. Should I duck, hide, cover, what?
Prudence.
Prudence.
Exercise prudence.
Now, what does that mean exactly?
I don't really know. It sounded
Should
good.
I get away?
Move,
okay.
Yeah.
Al Marr's Box of Thrills. I'll be back here, Al. Let's just see what happens. Al Marr's Box of Thrills. Yeah, I think you're up there on the aisle. Second row. There you go. Good luck. Thank you. Who was it, Al? One of your runaway friends?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at. Oh, there it was, I guess. And oh my. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. All right, thanks, Al.
Might play on the road,
now.
Dave.
All right, thank you.
Might play on.
All right. Our first guest tonight. How are you?
I'm good.
The crowd goes crazy. Are there people out there going?
Yeah, they love you. That must make you feel great, doesn't it?
It does,
Yeah.
yes.
How old a man are you exactly?
I'm 41.
You know, I'm 41.
How come you're not wearing glasses?
Well, I have them over there. But, you know, maybe you and I could start hanging around. We'll see how this goes.
All right.
That might be fun. And you're from, where'd you grow up?
Arizona.
Arizona? Went to school where?
Kent, Connecticut. I went to a prep school.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All boys.
Where they learn how to make that noise.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then you came down to New York City to become an actor? Is that pretty much how it went?
It was Stanford, Carnegie Tech, then New York. Right.
Carnegie Tech. Wow. Yeah. So you're a well-educated guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever get to work on Broadway? Was that a dream of yours?
It was, and I did for one night.
Really?
Yes.
What was the show?
It was called Status Quo Vadis. It came out of Chicago, and it was the audience loved it. They laughed and laughed and laughed.
What year are we talking about here?
12 years ago. What is that? I don't know.
1960.
12 years ago, right?
Yeah. I have trouble with that.
And we went to Sardi's afterwards. Very exciting.
This is where the crew and the cast go.
Everybody in stars that you'd never seen before. It's very exciting, and every big party right until the reviews come out, and then Rex Reed actually read Clive Barnes' review of me. And Rex dished Clive as Clive dished me, and which is an interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure I followed that. Rex was there.
He was there just at the party to have fun, and he thought he'd critique Clive Barnes.
Yeah.
But the reviews came in, and it was awful. We were terrible. And I turned around to get my drink at the bar, and they have a cage at Sardi's that when it's closing time, boom. It was really one of those.
That had something to do with... You lost your drink?
Yes, and we were out of there. The party was over, boom.
Yeah.
Next day, I say goodbye to my parents who'd come in to see it, and I go do the matinee. And I walk into the backstage door, and stage door manager says, "Hey, where you going?" I said, a little haughty, you know, "I work here."
Yes.
He says, "Not anymore, you don't, bub."
Yeah, and that was it. That's actually how you found out that the show folded?
Yes.
Did that jolt you?
Yes.
Yeah. Had you been singled out in the review for praise or any kind of negative criticism?
I had kind of a middle-sized part, so they hated it and thought I was okay.
So then what became of you? Did you ever do soap operas? Well, no, I know what became of him, but...
Yes, I did soap operas. Terrifying.
Which one were you on?
I was called Somerset.
Somerset. Again, I don't know that
I closed that, too. That was awful. I still, when I hear a tape show going 5, 4, 3, 2, I sweat. It was the worst.
Yeah.
I was hired to be the town coxman. Can you say that?
I'm sorry. The town what?
You can't say that, can you?
They had a rowing team? Is that what we're talking about?
Coxswain. Well, that's a legitimate word, isn't it?
I think coxswain you can say. Sure,
coxswain.
You were the town coxswain.
I was the coxswain.
Yeah, I know. Sure you were.
Stroke. No. You did that.
No, I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with that.
You did that.
So you were like, this was your job.
Yes, I was supposed to be the town stud, whatever. And please, and I was, it was the first day, and I was supposed to be putting the make on this housewife there who had been a regular. The actress had been a regular for 5 years, and this is my first day. And I was so nervous, terrified, that I broke out in little beads of sweat, especially right here, which looks real sleazy. So they turned me into a sleazy lawyer who turned in all their friends to the mafia.
Yeah. And you worked on this show for how long?
About a year.
Really? I have no recollection of that soap opera. What network was it? Well, I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
What network was it?
NBC.
NBC, really? And it was called Somerset?
Yeah, it was a spin-off of Another World.
Yeah. About what time did you go to Los Angeles?
You can tell I have an illustrious career, right?
Well, no, you've had a great career. Yeah. You've had, I think you're what other actors and actresses are aspiring to be, aren't you?
Unless you're a New York actor, then you...
Yeah. Or you get closed in one night, too.
As a matter of fact, I've always dreamed about coming to New York to work as in a film. And 3 Men and a Baby, we came back here, and I was walking down the street back to my trailer. We just shot a scene, and this New York jogger came by and went, "Hey, go back to L.A., you lousy Los Angeles actor."
Well, see, there you go. Yeah, it's just that people are rude here sometimes. But I shared my first cab this morning.
You did?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you.